Well, we looked at 3D shapes yesterday, and then we're going to look at angles, or start to look at angles. Okay, so it's a revision lesson. Do you remember doing angles before?
Yes.
Do you remember doing 2D shapes before, Maz?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. There you
A
are.
straight line is 180 degrees.
Cool. Keep that in your head, you might need that. Right, keep it in your head.
Here's one shape, all of them. All around the triangle is 360 degrees.
Which one?
How much people are eating lollies? I just don't think hey, they should make these color lollies.
Right, there we are.
How much people are lollies and keep the sticks in here?
Right, okay, Maz. Right, you need to just sit a bit further away from each other because you need a bit of space in front of you. Right, okay, you've probably got 10 because these probably have been counted into 10, so it doesn't really matter. Have you got 10? Right, okay. You won't need them all. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to use your knowledge of the properties of 2D shapes to make a shape. I'm going to tell you the shape that you've got to make with the lollipop sticks, and then I want you to make the shape. Okay, so we'll start off with a simple one. Can you, Maz? You're going to have to make it in front of you so I can see it. I've not got magic eyes. Can you make a square for me? Make a square for me on the floor in front of you. Make... No, you don't. What? What are the others doing?
Oh, square after even circle.
No, square.
Oh, circle be hard.
No wonder you were looking a bit confused. You're right, you needed a...
Miss,
That gives you a clue actually. I'm not going to be asking you to make any shapes that haven't got straight sides, am I?
Miss.
So I'm not going to be asking you to do a semicircle or a circle, am I?
That one.
Right, okay. So,
Miss, no, it's stop.
doesn't matter. Right.
Give it with a little button.
Right. It's alright.
Just
Just get that one. There you are. Right, so, you've all done it exactly the same way. So, properties of a square. Riaz, properties of your square. First of all, give me a property of your square. One thing about your square.
Both sides.
What can you tell me about those sides? Give me one property of the sides.
The parallel.
Parallel, brilliant.
Parallel.
Right, all of you, point to parallel sides.
You got two.
You've got there, and you've got there. Maz, what does parallel mean?
They will never meet.
They will never meet. Brilliant description of parallel. Right.
This is a parallel or parallel?
I can't say it. Parallel.
Right.
Right. You've done some. What have you done? What have you made?
Parallelogram.
You made a special parallelogram. Yeah. You've made a special one. Right. You've made a special one. What have you made?
Parallel.
It is a parallelogram. Does anybody know what that's called that he's made? He's moved his
No,
It's a rhombus. Well done. A rhombus is a very special parallelogram where all the sides are equal. Right, let's stop that now. Who's there? What can you tell me about the angles?
These are. Can I tell you something then? It's 360 degrees.
What the angles add up to? Right, what's this angle here?
Right angle.
It's a right angle, which is 90 degrees, right. So is there right? He says that all the angles add up to 360. Maz, is that right? Is he right?
Yeah.
How do you know he's right?
Because you can underestimate it, you have to add more.
Right, so I'm adding up 90 there, 90 there, 90 there, 90 there. So that's 4 90s. What are 9 4s?
360.
So he's right, because 90 times 4 is 360, so well done. So a square has 4 equal sides. Those are parallel, those parallel. It's got 4 right angles, and the angles altogether add up to 360 degrees. Okay, right, pick up your sticks again. Pick up your sticks again. Right, pick up your sticks again, because we're going to have a race. Who can make... No, I'm not going to ask you for a circle. Why am I not going to ask you for a circle?
It's
not got straight sides. You don't know what I'm going to ask for. Could you make
Maybe I'll just...
Equilateral triangle.
Oh, Mr. Do you know what it looks like? I did it before you. Mr. Do you know what it looks like?
Miss, I've done it once. Miss, I've done.
Right.
I did it.
Well, you've got one in front of you, Riaz. So even though you don't, so you don't know what it looks like, but it looks like that. So tell me something about that you've found out. What can you tell me about the sides?
It's 500 pounds.
Right, so an equilateral triangle, the clue's in the word, the name, equilateral. What do you think equilateral means? It means it's got equal sides. What do you think it tells you about the angles?
Miss, is it roughly 60?
They're not roughly 60, they're exactly 60. Oh, 60 and 60. Right, so Maz, what did Riaz tell you about the angles? They're all 60 and they add up to 180. Brilliant. Right, I'm gonna make a shape and I want you to tell me the name. So I'm having a bit of a problem, I can't remember it.
Trapezium, rectangle.
Thank you, that was the word. It's age thing. Trapezium. That's what I was going to ask you to make before. I couldn't remember it. Right. I like you. Now this is different, and you might have to think because you can't just use these sticks because it won't work. You'll have to put some together. I want you to make a right-angled triangle. A right-angled triangle.
Oh, did it? What's up there?
Oh, triangle.
Oh.
Miss, that.
Is it isosceles?
Miss, that. Miss, that. That.
Is it called isosceles?
Miss, that was mine. That was my broken stick. Yeah, Miss, that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Because I just did that.
Yeah, just go over them. That's what I said. You had to think of it. I wondered if I did that, two sides like that. So a right angle.
I did the best one.
Where's your right angle? So a right angle, Riaz. Where's your right
Miss, I
angle?
looked in the book and it said this.
I didn't. That's a kite.
Yeah, Miss, I know it's
Or a
got four
parallelogram.
sides.
Yeah, but a triangle. How many sides does a
I
triangle
looked in a
got?
diamond book.
How many sides? How many sides does a right angled triangle have? Right. Okay.
6. And Miss, that's 3.
6
No, let me see.
6.
Right, you can see what I've done there. How did I get around it? I made the sides bigger. So, Riaz, what's this angle here?
Oh, 60.
90. Right, and
90.
That's it.
Red, 45.
Right, I'm going to stop a minute while you all stop and listen.
This is
a 90 degrees right.
Right, you're not listening yet. Are you listening, right, Maz? You seem to have lost your right angle. Right. This is a right angle. That's why it's called a right-angled triangle. And a right angle... Right, I'm going to stop again because you're not listening.
Look, Miss. 90, 90, and 92 centimeters.
Yeah, but is that the same as that?
No.
Right, an equilateral triangle, they're all the same.
80 minutes.
But this is so that's 90. They add up to 180 altogether. So Maz, if that's 90 and they add up to 180 altogether, what's this one?
45.
Brilliant. So 90, 45, 45. Okay. Are the sides equal? Is that side the same as these?
No.
No. Okay. Right. Use your sticks again.
Yeah.
Right, pick them up so that I know that you're doing it right. Okay. I want you to make an isosceles triangle this time.
I have sausages.
Sausages.
I sausages.
Yes.
It's a sausage.
You've had a right angle triangle, you've had an equilateral triangle, so see if you can think of an
I'll make a
isosceles.
sausage.
I sausages.
I'll make a sausage.
I sausages.
Why don't you, Riaz, have a look at what some of the others are doing and see if you can work out what an isosceles triangle is. That's an equilateral triangle.
Riaz, this is a tip. It's a
Oh,
sausage.
isosceles. Is it that?
Oh, I sausages.
Is it like that?
Yeah, that's one. That's one.
Is this one?
Yeah, that's one.
No, oh, Miss, that's an I sausages.
Isosceles.
I sausages. I have sausages.
I have sausages.
I have sausages.
I have sausages.
Right. Well, if it's a nice I have sausages triangle, what can you tell me about I have a sausage triangle?
That's it has a sausage. One, two, three, 4, 5 sausages on.
Right. Is that Maz? That's not a triangle, is it? It's a house, you're right.
Sausage in the house.
Maz. Right, look at my.
Isosceles.
Shh, it's ice sausage.
Abdul, I'm waiting for you to look at my isosceles triangle. Abdullah, I'm waiting for you to sit on your bottom. No, you're not on your bottom. No. We're going to stop being silly, because when you're silly, you're not listening to me. Well done, Adil. Well done, Maz. Well done, Uzair. Uzair's been brilliant today. Right, the isosceles triangle, because it's a triangle, it's still got 3 sides. In an isosceles triangle, 2 sides are the same, and 1 side is different. Okay? 2 angles are the same. Maz? 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 Which 2 angles on my triangle are the same? Come on, point to them.
2 sides.
Angles, those are sticks. Right, those 2 angles there are the same. Okay? Right, go and sit back on your bottom.
That's what I was saying. You didn't listen.
I didn't listen. Right. Are we ready? Another one. Can you make me a parallelogram that is not a rhombus?
Rhombus was alright.
A parallelogram. Right, a parallelogram has got parallel sides there, parallel sides there. Okay, can I make another rule? A parallelogram that's not a square, not a rectangle, and not a rhombus.
Oh, miss, isn't that?
That's going to be a square, isn't it? So that's not going to work.
Isn't that?
That's a rhombus, so that doesn't work. Because it's got equal sides. That's going to be a rectangle, so that's not going to work.
Miss, is that? Miss, is that?
That's a triangle, so that's definitely not going to work. That's a rhombus, so that doesn't work. That's not got parallel sides. That's not got parallel sides. Come on, you've got to find something. You've got to find something that's got parallel sides there, parallel sides there, and the sides aren't the same length.
Mister.
Those can be the same.
Oh, mister.
That's not parallel. How is that parallel to that?
Or if that's a lie.
That's a rhombus.
Right.
No, miss, that's
How many sides does a parallelogram have?
Miss, look. Miss, look. Miss, look.
Right. All you need to do. Right. All of you sit up. Watch.
Right, miss that.
That is a trapezium. That's the one I couldn't remember before. And that has got parallel lines there, but those aren't parallel, are they?
Miss, what about that?
Nearly. Right,
Miss,
watch.
she say it again.
Watch. What happens if I make some parallel lines and then I move them to one side like that,
Miss, I've done it.
then join them up?
No, miss, don't. No, miss, that's a rhombus.
It's not a rhombus, because look what I'm doing. I'm taking away that stick. Well, that's a rhombus, more or less. What's the difference between yours and mine?
They're both a rhombus.
Right, those sides aren't the same as those sides. Yours is a rhombus because your sides are all the same. Mine's not a rhombus, is it? Because that is longer than that. Yeah? Yeah, so you've got one there now. Okay. Now then, sit up straight.
Miss, so it's like it.
Yeah, so that is a parallelogram because that's parallel to that, that's parallel to that. Okay, and it's not a rhombus because that's not the same length as that. Okay, can you make me, just to make sure you do, I'm sure you do know this, Adil, sit up, please. Can you make me a square and a rectangle? A square and a rectangle. Make a square and a rectangle so that you can see the difference.
It's hard, you know.
You might have to use some more. Oh, have you done that? Oh, you've.
Miss, done. Mine was like a large TV.
Yeah, brilliant. That's what I was expecting to happen. You have done that. You've moved them down, haven't you, to make a square, a rectangle.